Okay, we are live. Fambulem, this na Psycho John Barry. They come live from the UK, Birmingham. And this na the then and now we bring to na today students them, international student them, Sierra Leoneans them we they study in China. Then get a concern we the one come tell Fambul them, especially the government of Sierra Leone and other people them na salon. But we get for bring una, then get for come introduce themselves, and then una stay tuned and una not forget for share the links to many people as una come. And this is Psycho John Barry. Una know say this platform all the time would bring people them for can discuss about national issues. So this issue is very, very important. And then we now that make we decide for bring them young people them na here for make them can talk about waiting the money them and then voting na them concern. Stay tuned, stay connected. Okay, Fambulem, once more, you are all welcome. Any sausa una di una di watch this program. This na the then and now, and we go make una introduce yourself one after the other, please. So we will start with you, Koroma.
Yeah, family unado. Mina Koroma Abubakar. I did study in China. I did at Chengdu City, and I attend the University of Electronic Science and Technology, UESTC. I do a master program in public management.
Thank you. Next.
Mina Maurice Ayodele Peacock. I studied in China at the Nanjing University of Information Science and Technology. I studied master's degree in computer science and technology. And I am the ombudsman for the Student Union Association in China.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Miss Sister.
Family Monado, Mina Josephine M. Williams. I study Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery na the Xi'an Jiaotong Medicine, the Xi'an Jiaotong University, Xi'an City, Shaanxi, China.
Thank you very much.
And Mina, recipient of the CSC scholarship from 2020 and the graduate in 2026. By God in grace.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Mina Indolo George Gegbe and student representative, one city and Ade one University of Technology. I did computer science and Mina CSC represent John Equity Mrs. Sase and I did graduate 2025.
Thank you so much. Is it though? Have you done yours?
Yeah.
Okay, fumble them. Like Unado Yeri, then don't introduce themselves. These are Sierra Leoneans where they China for go further their education so that they will come and pay back to country. So Abubakar, tell me waiting now a problem.
I want to say thank you to you. As I rightly say, of course, me are the Chief Electoral Commissioner for the Sierra Leone student in China. And I think we problem as of now at this juncture, everybody for don't know him. And then because we don't make sure we try for communicate in most social media platforms. And by extension, we president not even write, he capture most of the issues and send them at the embassy. And go ahead for distance instead for most of the things that the embassy be about for do. First of all, what I was born in issues now, I got to deal with the payment of a stipend. when students and then at China, the Chinese government get a regular stipend and they give them, and the government of Sierra Leone also get some children they get yearly. This means if you get a 2-year program, the government of Sierra Leone, the year allowance will then forgive you, then forgive you for 2 years. If you get 3 years, then forgive you for 3 years. But here is the situation we are in for this year, for make a reference case, because most of them things that only happen over some other years. But for make a reference case inside this year, on the 5th of June, 2023, the government of Sierra Leone, through the Ministry of Finance, make a public notice where I know say that public notice every other person within a salon would they use social media, either radio or whatsoever, go aware of that public notice, because in that public notice, the government of Sierra Leone State categorically clear say they don't pay monies to foreign missions. Example, I just read what the ministry say. Additionally, the ministry has disbursed the sum of millions, that is 12 million and 50,446.55. This na new loan, and if you say na old loan, you get for be billions. Now in the not sent to various missions. This na a public notice we then send, and it followed by several radio engagements. Now for let them tell the public of this thing where they don't disburse out. But unfortunately, when you look at China, China then put out up to 3 categories. You get China, MTHE, we get 64, China, we get 74, another 70, and another China, we get 70. So when you put this together, they give a total number of 204 for China alone. So like, yeah, we'll be happy. Some of we go to social media platforms and begin to say, yeah, thank you to the government. The government, they actually try for improve human capital. We appreciate that. But a very, very unfortunate now on your side, when we embassy try for communicate to, we say, the list where they receive, now for just pay 70 students. Meanwhile, we president be don't ask we way back in March, say make we send we payment, we details them for let them process with SLG. We send down they through with student president, when Thomas A.M. Koroma, we send them through in by extension for them to the embassy. That is around March 2023, as early as March. So now when the list can say 70, of course we ask for let them publish first the list, then not one. We say, why them for pay 70? Why everybody knows the Minister of Finance don't publish 204 names there. And first of all, begin to ask, what is the meaning of that of that disaggregation would they do? 64, 70, 70. Nobody know explain to we. So when they say now 70 name come, we begin the baffle of the whole process first. So start for ask questions with no answers. Inside that 70, the embassy make a press release and now say, then don't receive money for 70 students. Imagine government of Sierra Leone tell people then that the whole world say na 204, that the embassy can say na 70 students. Inside that 70 students, at first, what they then do, then publish 39 names. You go see the press release where the embassy say they don't get money for 70 students, so therefore then go can't pay. And inside that same press release, now 39 students then put that release. Imagine you say they can't pay 70, they put 39. There was a public outcry among students. We begin to ask question why. Even the 70 get questions, then you come again and publish 39. We say why? They don't give me answers. We go ahead and engage with student president, say, hey man, what in the happen? Instead say they in doubt because they know they explain to Ram at all. So therefore, he go ahead and try for ask officially and bullet the issues. And he bullet everything, of course, until you go don't get all of that letter who president write. Where he capture every other thing be on the app, they affect student their life in China. So that 39 then publish. After we make some cry again, then come ahead and add another 3 names then they will go 42. And to this point, we still continue for cry because this not only we expect a list where they comprehensively cover 204 names without any explanation, because now that government don't say. Or does it mean government be the library? Government the library impose student the way they in a foreign land they study? Anyway, that question are the $100 million question. So we continue for cry after they don't add the 3 names. Now in say they don't request through CSC, Chinese Scholarship Council. And the Chinese Scholarship Council now then they give, of course, the highest scholarship rate. I can even say at the world, the CSC in China. So they said that they request for the list of students from this council here. Okay, so like I think now then bring out a list for we where the name of the Chinese Scholarship Council, not in Dede, it is National Scholarship Committee. Up to this day, we still a doubt outside the Chinese Scholarship Council changing their name to National Scholarship Committee. Where then the correspondence is a way the Chinese Scholarship Council they send we, or free said they not change that name date. It's still Chinese Scholarship Council. But we on embassy na ya tell we say the Chinese Scholarship Council now National Scholarship Council and they don't that information they communicate to we. Meanwhile, in that list where they say they request from that Chinese Scholarship Council, now 100 names of beneficiaries daily. Of course, we get up to 20 people where they think say they're eligible. Now, legitimate student, they get all the documents them, where make them entitled, and CSC they still pay them as of now. CSC they pay them. That the name they're not there at that list. So we continue for doubt in the name of this new list, where the embassy pool will contain 100 students, where they say from Chinese Scholarship Council, where the name, where they you know even get stamped, when a National Scholarship Council, when a 100 students then did it. So like the whole system, just the inconsistency with the information when they send we and waiting and they respond to we, it just a continue for baffling to we don't know what they happen. People know they come out and tell me the correct information. Now, when you go back 2021, the correspondence where they be received, they actually post them on social media, na the Facebook page, the Sierra Leone Embassy in China. When you look at, but right now, if you go on that page, the Sierra Leone Embassy in China, then you look at now the document where they sent for we say na income from CSC, it totally different. Because that document, what did they 2021, as CSC sent the list of comprehensive students from 2015 to 2021, then make sure they go post them on our Facebook for tell the public. But here is the situation we are in. This National Scholarship Council, the list where they get of 100 students, we're not even comprised of all other some other students that were legitimate. Trust me, they're not posted on our Facebook. Because when we go watch the Facebook Chinese Scholarship Council, where them be get day, where them be sent day in 2021, it totally and entirely different. And people and they will get scholarship from that 10 day, where they name them at that list, where them be pay them, where their scholarship still supposed for continue. This new National Scholarship Council list, where they send we now, they name them already. And the thing just continue for baffle we, and I mean,
okay, Kuruma,
it's disheartening and disappointing for all we get a situation wherein we feel deceived by the very institution that we need for protect we.
Okay, Kuruma, I get for ask you questions, but let we just go to another person for see Josephine. We don't know whether you get anything for add.
Well, Mr. Barry, to be honest, I think say Abubakar don't say a lot. I can just buttress on like few key points and way he mentioned. Like one, this particular SLG well, the scholarship, the stipends where they come from students. Firstly, China at the center point where when the Ministry of Finance through the Ministry of Education, they send students and stipends from all over the world. Then the first send them to China, the bulk money. China now in they disburse India their own money. Students already India their own money, send and go India. Students already Pakistan send their own. Hungary send their own. So China na the like the parents' body. Than a one. So imagine all the other countries in there, they all don't receive their own stipends, and they all receive $2,000 per student where they come from the Ministry of Finance to the Ministry of Education. Now, when it reach to China, then tell we say governments don't pay $2,000, oh, governments pay $1,800. That means they don't cut $200 per every student. Then when the money reach again, then say panda $1,800, then get for cut again for student union fees. So imagine the government knows say we dey give every student, whether you dey Russia, you dey China, you dey India, you dey Pakistan, we dey give each and every student $2,000. Now we own support because it's not
So
easy
this
to
money,
live out
this 2,000 yearly.
yearly. Yes,
Okay.
Boss man, we don't know. Na the
yearly.
embassy, na they know it's in the court, Mr. Ba.
Yeah, but before una go, them for don't tell una for
No,
don't.
They don't ever
Must
tell
start.
We
we.
know
They
no,
just
the
don't
money
cut
where
the
they come,
money.
the money where they come na yearly. Na for
na
yearly.
yearly.
Yes, na yearly. And that 200 where them cut, like John like we Jojo they talk now. They never tell wetin they do that 200 though.
No.
No, what you want for establish na year, na almost actually in the Guna every year.
They forgive you
Every
2,000. I
year,
Jojo they explain.
$2,000
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
per student.
Mm-hmm. So
Now,
okay, go on.
Panda 2,000 day, every other country they receive 2,000. Where reach to China and say no to 2,000 and 1,800. Now in government send. So that alone they don't cut 200 pound the money. Then after that they get for cut another money. They say
But,
that student
but
union fees.
how una know say other countries then na 2,000 they receive?
We
Una get
are
any
students
evidence of
them,
that?
Mr. Barry. We get
Mm.
colleagues them, we get paddy them where they study in Russia under the government. We get paddy them where they study in India. Someone as they receive their money, so then they call, they don't pay SLGO, they don't pay una. Now so we get.
Okay.
We are students and we they talk. And we know. Me, I don't because of the COVID. Now last year me come China. But I don't get me scholarship since 2020. Now, 2020, the Ministry of Education called we a tongue, higher and technical education, then call all the students we been get because firstly, now two types of scholarship day for China. You get the Chinese Scholarship Council, the CSC scholarship, where now through government you dey get Sunday. Now government of now like the bilateral friendship relationship standing are from government to government. So if you get the CSC, a government is send you. Then you get the private scholarship when a private individuals them na China come together, then they award scholarship to different students them from all over the world. But then they, if you want to get them, you have to apply directly through the Chinese embassy. Now this money where they come now, na China. Now for where government they give, now for students we get through the government, the CSE students not to the private, the MOFCON scholarship law we established and it. Now in 2020, since we've been there at Tong and China been locked due to COVID, the Ministry of Education at Tong, me, now one person will receive me stipend at Tong. So the student union secretary by the name of Mr. Sano, he outrightly tell we all say the money where government they give every country na $2,000, but then they cut $200 per the money for student union fees. So then they write a check where everybody they go na Bank of Salon for go cash in check for $1,800. And then they then tell we. So they write
Mr.
a check.
Bayi, that Mr. Sanoma, na the corrupt person. person.
No way, you not go make sorry, you not go make that accusation for say it corrupt.
We get
But
all facts
I dey
against
come, I dey
them.
come, I dey come.
Yeah.
This na a platform we no go like we dey protect everybody, including the image of people them back we hold some positions.
That man, Mr. Barry, now that man they make with so far right now.
Yeah, but what challenge
Wait.
would have been not ever engage because
Now
if
they
they
talk
say,
Jojo, they talk so, Mr. Barry, and we get facts against them.
yeah, I they come. If they say in the court that 200, for example, when I don't engage the student union body, then confirm say now then they receive that money they.
We know
Student
the student union, they all
student
sell
union
out.
say they not ever receive 200 for
Yes.
we.
And that Mr.
Okay,
Sanoman talk
Yeah,
openly.
I can just talk on this
in a
student union thing.
SLPP person, nobody not able to pull on that position. And now I call himself a pastor.
Yeah, okay, Una, thank you very much. I don't know whether one of Una, this man will hold the phone, whether you get anything for ad. You
I just want to do something because my colleague they all don't say it, so I just want nail just 3 points.
mm-hmm.
Me, I get my scholarship from Ministry of Education.
Mm-hmm.
I come to China November. And when I come, I for don't come September because I come November. The scholarship council not send me stipend. So like where government send this money, as I talk to you, so every month the government of China they give you 3,000 RMB for stipend when I roughly 420 USD. So like I don't receive stipend from now up to next month, August. And this year, the scholarship where we get, where China they give, also like where America and UK they give. If they give scholarship per semester, if you fail one paper, then they cancel scholarship and then give you 7 days for left China. So as I talk to you, so they don't give me a pass first semester, second semester, I don't go year 2. That is why I'm qualified for carriers outside, where I pay 1,000 RMB per year. So like when they post this list, my name was not on the list. So automatically, I text my teacher, my supervisor. I forward the list when I sent to me. We call it Laoshi. I said, Laoshi, my government sent money for me as my living allowance. I said, but my name was not on the list because they said I'm not a CSC student. So my teacher, China, we there on summer holiday. All the teachers they go now in different cities then. My teacher don't left go now in city. So I text him. He said he worry. He said because you're a CSC student. He said up to this month we paid you. Now it take flight. Now it's a low wait na money. My teacher take flight from another city, Kana school. Where Kana school, he go na the file, he give me letter, he give me JW when I'm a resident permit, he give me all documents. Now I say ask your embassy to verify with CSC. I get the message, I will send it to you. So like I felt so bad. I nearly shed tears for the guy. Because if not be like a salon teacher there, they cannot do that. Now in me present, buy tickets back, plane tickets back for go na a city where cost $200. So like this the way we dey talk, we don't say it all. We not get a headway. Because if the government don't post, say then pay for 204, then the embassy tell we say, then post a fake list. So now they tell we say, up to you when are the journalist now, okay, you were the assist to it for get a fact finding. Then still they insist tell you say now 70 money they get.
Yeah, I get for Cam explain.
Yes, sir. Mr. Barry.
Okay, fine. Okay, wait.
Mr. Barry, don't let
in summary, sir. We get 2 types of scholarship. We get the CSC, when the bilateral relationship between government of Salon and government of China. They will get when Chinese Ministry of Education and Ministry of Trade. When then they come, they scholarship they pass we. Now as I'm talking to you, then get a round trip for go back home. They don't go home. Then when they come, they
language now.
pair them to womb. We they pair with to womb. Then when they can, they give them living and book allowances. As I talk to you, so I get a student them where they name them at that CSC list. Where government of Salon for Ministry of Education pay them at that list. Then we went at the legitimate students and names were left out on the list.
Okay, thank you very much. Though you get anything for add?
Yes, me, the only two I talk about, just like we my colleague don't say, sir. Me, I call things by their name, right? The list where the embassy or whatsoever they pull, this list where they pull, I think yesterday was a manufacturer list. That list was not authentic from the CSC. And they left some of we colleagues them, like Josephine and Peacock, with some members them about like them 18th, where they are bona fide people. And one thing where these people they fail for realize is anything where Chinese man they pull, that a red seal, they know they joke with them.
At all.
Chinese man know they write with blue pen. Now black ink they write with. Like Nadama myself he meets na Fana market. He get that in black ink, he get that in red seal. But the embassy pull, like that list where they pull yesterday was a kangaroo list. They
So,
just
but
manufacture.
how would I know that?
It was
Okay,
manufactured, sir.
if I can answer that question, this sir.
Okay.
The list where the embassy pull, the heading is a National Scholarship Council
And we
instead
contact
of
even the
Chinese
coordinator.
Scholarship Council. That's a one.
Mhm.
Secondly, the list not gets no official seal or stamp from the Chinese government or the Chinese Scholarship Council. Now, we don't receive letters. And for example, there's a link where Boda Abubakar mentioned on Facebook in 2021 at the same embassy where the Chinese government then send the list of certified CSE students. Now the same embassy grab them, post them. Now the Sierra Leone Embassy of China, then page, the official page on Facebook. If you compare that list they where them post, the letterhead we get the official Chinese Scholarship Council and the Chinese Scholarship Council, the Chinese government stamp, that in red stamp what they know they joke with. It then at that list where them post 2021 on Facebook. This list where them give we, the heading say National Scholarship Council, not Chinese. Then a one, it not get no official stamp, no official seal. And you see them now the list, the way how them they even for go about put the names in one. You know say this now just cut and like when and doctor something. We can send that to you.
So
You can go through them and do comparison.
Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Family them una we the watch, una the listen the well concerned students, international student they within China. Then they talk about complaint, say they not receive the stipend. So, guys, now only this year this incident don't happen or it blunt happen with una.
Since 2015. Now we don't carry this challenge, say, this thing for done now, sir. Since 2015, it don't dey happen. And students are afraid for talk. Because like if you talk, they omit your name on the list.
Okay.
For example,
okay,
in my
go
own
on.
case, when I've been there salon 2020, where I start for study, where I get my scholarship, I receive my stipend at Tong na salon. Last year, just before I can, 2021, I received my stipend at Tong na salon at the Ministry of Education. And write a check, we collect, we hear, we collect, we check, we go na Bank of Salon, we cash, we check.
Okay,
And then this year, I come China.
Josephine, make I
Yes,
ask
sir.
something for clarify because one, you don't receive your stipend when you've been this salon. So
Yes.
it's
2
like
years.
the Chinese government now then they send this money through the salon
No.
government.
No.
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 Okay.
This one,
This money
Mhm.
This money in question na the government of Salon. Na im
Okay.
dey give students wey dem send for can study out say na we won't support this.
Oh.
Because like China, they no dey allow we for work. If dem catch you dey work,
Then they
instantly
deport we.
then they deport you.
Or they
So
put you in
there's
a
no
jail.
way for raise funds. Now it
Mhm.
make the government say, okay, make we support with students. And since now we send them, now we give them scholarship, say make
Mhm.
them can study, for come back and for can develop the country.
So
So
would
this
that they
money where
receive?
government they give we, now
Mhm.
it get this problem.
Okay. So would that then they receive that CSE something from the Chinese?
This okay, the money the
Mm,
Chinese government they
mm,
give each student as long as now they give scholarship every
mhm.
month, then they
Mm.
give something for your upkeep every month, and they give something for your upkeep. Now that from that money, then now you will pay for your books, you pay
Okay.
for you feeding and every other thing. Then
Insurance.
because the money small and they're not they allow we for work, and that make government say, okay, make we also send yearly, we give them
Okay.
$2,000 for
Okay.
add to the upkeep.
So now from that $2,000, then they cut that 200 where they don't explain
Exactly.
to now. Okay. So
Exactly.
so una get what in the role of una student union?
I go left
Okay,
that question to the members of the executive.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the functions of the student union government, and for make sure say it coordinate student activities and coordinate student welfare. And I think say this particular issue what we dey discuss now, therefore deal with student welfare.
Mhm.
And importantly, the student president no sit aloof at all.
Mhm.
He dey continuously engage the embassy. And when you look at if the letter has been sent to you, the
Mhm.
letter with the president writes, he categorically dey most of the issues that we dey discuss, then they dey. Because the president said don cancel say this na endemic situation. Na situation wey don dey na the union for a very long time. And he no wan for calm and continue with am. So he goes straight and look at the point then and write officially to the embassy and call the and ponder solutions. Then. He look at the solutions the way the embassy for take for let them able solve this problem once and for all. But unfortunately, we keep the on art a lot of other things, a lot of new things they come up. From when the president don't send that letter, they send 3 names added to the 39 names, then bring a list of 100 names who then say come up from National Scholarship Council. We nobody not even ever know that name. So like obviously, like the president, he actually don't they play in your role. He don't they support we in this fight according to the role of the union. And I think say he don't actually stand with we because in all of these, in they continuously engage the embassy and other authorities. But as we say, when something don't become endemic, it don't deny the system. It acts for eradicate. So that is the challenge. But the student union body is actually also in the same fight. Like we just use different channels. They are also using theirs. They don't send first correspondence. Now we see say something happen, and it's still on. It's still on. Actually easy. When something on this on side for a very long time, for say if they can't stop them. Now that are the challenges we they face, but we will stand
Okay.
tall.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you
Yes.
very much. Famulem viewers who just want to make this thing clear. I contacted the deputy ambassador, so he tell me say he say now only like 70 student them names the nine they receive from the ministry na Sierra Leone. So, but I challenge them say the student they say now about 204, right? So
Yes.
now, but he say no. He say, well, now if student then don't tell me so, make a ask una for produce the evidence say that 204. So then I ask her, I say, okay, but even that 70 where then say they receive now only okay, out of that they that then publish 39 names, if I not forget. And then
Yes.
out of that 39 names, now how many only few them pay, receive the money. Okay, but when I ask him about that, then he tell me say, well, in China, he said the one the way they not give it the names. He say if any half mistake self you do, even for example, he give example with me name. He say you name like na Cycle John Barry. He say if you name appear like Barry Cycle John, he say na China they no dey gree for pay you. He say so now that correction then they per make, and he say then don't ask Wuna the student them the one the way the names they appear but when they not receive the money yet for make them do the right corrections so that una go get una money. So now that the deputy ambassador say. So what you una go say regarding that?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, like coming quick.
Mhm.
Always okay, I appreciate where you not side the student and part, you try for contact the deputy ambassador. But always they talk so, now in secret to we. Because China not like a salon. Me talking to you so now, I'm the ombudsman for the student union executive. I receive all complaints and I address issues that has problem. Me, your name was left out in the list. That is the first place. So what did they talk so now? When me they get call from students,
Tell him man say na lie, the man the lie. Tell him man,
they
I like
left
the man
me
the lie.
So this now a very wait for me.
I like the man the lie.
Wait, though this now a professional platform. We go one for little conduct yourself here, like the other one did. And then because one we talking about okay, leaders them of Sierra Leone, when at the embassy, the ambassador, the deputy, issues them. So we invite you now for make una come una air out in a respectable manner, una talk una concerns. I believe say lot of people them including the one the way una get issue with more I believe said in the watch we because we didn't the same platforms or forums. So we go like for little conduct yourself. So continue me, brother.
Yes, sir. So students they call me now, they tell me, say, ombudsman, I get a complaint. My name not on the list. I say, me your name not on the list. Sir. Then last summarize, no man not waste much time. All what they tell you so, deputy ambassador say China, where they pay, me na Peacock Morris Ayodele. If you put an Ayodele Morris Peacock, but they don't write to student them. When he talk so all, now in blind. China not like a salon they see we safe. We need see we safe. But a press release will justify that we send so money to the bank. But because of you guys failed to submit your correct credentials, the bank rejected your payment. So what did they talk so today? Now news to me, which I appreciate. But like a press release will justify that the following student names was published or was sent to the bank for payment. But due to lack of mismatch of information, your names was not correspond with the information on the bank. But the embassy for the communicator with two correspondents.
Yeah, but still we get very serious issue because out of 204 students, only 70. So we still get very serious because a lot of students and they will not get
From
the
the 70, sorry, sir, from the 70, only 40 names was published.
Okay, Akikande, Mr. Sako. Of course, just like what this young man they talk, right? A very unfortunate for you get we as citizens and we come out salon de China na, and you get a situation wherein would they feel deceived by our very government we for protect we. If we get 204 students, we the Minister of Finance, where we government sign and send out at the public. And now, as you talk now, I say the deputy ambassador denied that fact. Trust me, to me, it's deception to the highest degree, because you yourself see the public notice, right? And somebody, an official of the embassy now, where they of high authority, they tell you say no, na 70 receive. So use yourself for the question, the process, that particular process. But then they are left unto you and the general public for Georgia. So when it comes to the inconsistency in the list, then they already they are in the public domain. We send you document. We are in 39 names, and even at the very press release where they say now 70 then they pay. Now the first press release where they pull. Now 39 names did it. Why? With no explanation. You know, if during that press list you ask, say, okay, out of the 70, now 39 names we don't verify, people go understand if you put and so. But you say now 70 they can pay, then he published 39, and that 39 number with no further information. It's a room for suspicion, bro. That's a room for suspicion. You come back and explain further. Say, okay, out of the 70, now 39 will they publish because now the information don't get correct. Meanwhile, they ask we initially for send we details that we get, we offer letters. So I think say the name they were in our offer letter go correspond with the name them where in our passport, and by extension, now the name then they go there now we bank. So if there is any mistake, I think the embassy need to come out and tell we. But they not they tell we.
So, but why una feel say no say the government what I know able get me head around why the government like they pay through to the embassy, then from there then pay to students. Why if they get the records of all students, the finance ministry, like they're not able for pay direct to our account, or is it not possible because of China?
Probably we meet that one day. We meet that one day. We meet them.
Old
You might not know, maybe
embassy
if
or the ministry not even get a database of with the students there.
You say what thing? Come again.
China. The old Salon embassy and the Ministry of Education back home not get a comprehensive database of students them for student them abroad.
okay.
You understand what I talk, sir?
Yeah, I get you.
So like now this all account this issue. Because like if this embassy, like when we come last year, then say they're not aware, say we come China, right? And then send list where like now like a massage list. Me agree talk them.
Okay,
they don't even get
but
a actual database of every Sierra Leoneans in China.
I can come in and say something.
Okay.
Sure say waiting though they try for say. Like for example, the list of them published in 2021, the one with the Facebook. Then get a list from CSC, say from 2015 to 2020, the students where then get scholarship, where then at China under CSC get come to a total of 109. Then publish that 109 names day. So now 2021, 2022 academic year, students and don't come. 2022, 2023 academic year, students and don't come. Media under that 2020 year, because at 2020 me get me stipend. So imagine, and I get them through the Ministry of Education. Imagine me don't receive me check to them at all. Then I come China after the COVID, and I be done they do me course online. I even get me graduation certificates for me language, every module where they pass every year. I get me transcripts and everything. So me don't can China for can continue now in passing since COVID don't okay. I reach na China and the list where the embassy give me, they say I know they under CSC. My name not even fall under the Ministry of Education. They only list where they send. When Ministry of Education don't give me check to them na tongue 2020, 2021. Now they say for send documents. They say because they want for know the amount of students meaning they don't know the amount of students we don't send we document. They even ask for we entry stamps and we residence permit. We take pictures, we scan them, form them into PDF file, and we send to them. So then go collect all man and then go get a comprehensive list. Imagine after we don't do all that this since March, we don't do all that, they still publish the list. Like me, for example, my name not fall under Ministry of the list students they come from Ministry of Education, and not fall under the Chinese the list students then stay come up from the Chinese Scholarship Council. So I call me supervisor. My supervisor go to school. He log in, he enter my CSC number and my student's ID number. He enter under the system, He tell me, say, Josie, because I forward the press release to Ram. Instantly as I send am to Ram, now he said maybe now another scholarship department or another scholarship from another country. He said because there's a national scholarship council and we are Chinese scholarship council. Now the first thing that they say we go through the list. He said, and this is not authentic because it doesn't have a stamp. Then the man go through, he say, according to them policy, because I need for do official letter for rights, where I don't work on and I don't send. But the universities are don't close right now. Then they on vacation because I summer vacation now. But the man left in oath. He go to school, he check for me. He turned the screen, he turned the camera for make I see the screen. As he enter me CSC number and everything pop up. Me name, me city, me class, me form day, me transcript, me subject them where I do almost I get on each and every grade, all things pop up. Even to the extracurricular activities them where I participate in. Everything pop up na the system. Then just need your number. Type them, put them, everything pop up. Say to the stipend where then they give me every month. And me bank details, all things pop up na the CSE system. So every month, automatically, the bank they send money in my account. Say this now we own Chinese support so they give to these students. He did. The man show me. He said, but unfortunately, because I not write officially before the office they close, they're not able to do a printout for me. But the man turned the screen, he show me. I said, well, how come now? Then say the list whether he received from CSC, my name not the man said that is not a list from CSC. It is titled National Scholarship Council, not Chinese Scholarship Council. They say, and it doesn't have an official seal, an official stamp. Now so the man tell me supervisor, where they in charge of me and my university.
Okay, thank you so much. Abubakar, and then since una na members of the student union body, una don't ever see them way not to for write only for write letters. Una don't sit down with the embassy officials. Una get a meeting with them for discuss on this issue.
Okay. Just one for categorically make an IRC. Of course the embassy, they like talk to all of the students, then they talk directly to the president, right? And the president, as I say, they stay in constant touch with them. And most times, when we try for action on certain things, they say, I don't connect the embassy, but they don't give me information. Even the letter with the president writes, maybe we'll not for don't reach for let the president write that letter. If the embassy for don't create a platform for letting discuss the issues. But if you see that letter come out and the letter states out most of the deadlock matters them between the president or the student body and the embassy, that don't tell you say the communication or the flow in the way for flow for let the president represent in constituents the way for represent them. Now him bring about that letter. Even currently, as I tell you, when we still there at this speak, the president tell me say, they don't officially try for say, okay, well now, why I not go come now, Beijing? Then we can able get a discussion around this issue and solve most of the things. He said the embassy, it categorically state and say, they say then tell us, say, no worry. Whatever they do now, we will make sure say we send them for you for let you know. So at the end of the day, it looks what it actually made us see is there is that kind of missing link, there is that kind of umbilical disconnection between we parents body now when at the embassy and we representative when at the CLO student union and by extension with president. So I mean, and if this continue, most of the issues I will not go able to address them quickly. Then will continue for linger and burn a lot of bad things. So the president actually they try, but there is a deadlock situation between the president and the embassy, where I think say we first of all the embassy need for no say that man they represent we now the over 200 students them within China, that man they represent we. So they need first of all for make sure say they respect them and regularly get discussions with them, so that the man will regularly update with. But certain things that the way you ask the president, he go tell you say, myself don't ask so, but they don't give me way. So you see, And at the
So,
end of the day,
but
continue
una
to
as
live in
student,
limbo.
yeah, but una as student, una don't ever see them get meeting and map out the way forward, because I know if he say like waiting they go on, so if only na this way, like whether it go solve soon or not. Una don't ever see them get meeting, discuss on the way forward, and see how to
Yeah,
approach
well,
the embassy.
yes. Of very recently, we
Mm.
get a Zoom meeting where we, the president and other members, we discuss on a host of things. Say, okay, now this is not the next line of action we will take. Now this next we will do. And currently, if the dialogue still continues, maybe we'll be left with no alternative. But Navolo also catalog all the issues there are and make sure say we write the Chinese Scholarship Council. Then they obvious, then they go be the next thing. Because now there is a purported list where they don't send out already, where they create a whole lot of commotion, a purported list of 100 students, where a lot of we your legitimate colleagues them omitted. And the embassy they come out for explain further. And now, even that list where they send out, the embassy need for come out and tell the student body say, well, now this na the solution. Una name the there, na this na una own way. Una name the there, na this na una own way. But trust me, since they send that list, there has not been any further communication. So meanwhile, we just see me a list. We don't know what is the resolution to that list and this. We don't know either the 100 people I'm waiting at that list. Now this go be their fate. Now this go be their fate. And meanwhile, if the embassy they communicate to we, now we know what they happen. It creates room for continuous suspicion. And if the embassy creates room for suspicion, it means that they dent the very relationship what we they get with them. And we now people that already train for go back home and represent that country. There. So I mean, if we can't begin to get a whole lot of caution around the very institution who think say now for protect we, then it's actually bad for we, bro. A very, very bad. So I think we and the student union president don't try. But obviously, there's not been a clear view what we all can see very clear of the right thing for Apple. Every other thing, they just get a hideout where they happen wrongly, obviously. But I think say this engagement will not go retreat from them, will not go back down, we will continue that and make sure say the right thing happen. If President Bion need for send anybody in China, they need for send somebody where they actually come and protect the interests of students. If anybody then here, if you know say you get a large population of students them where they not even agree for let them work. Just like what your colleagues they say, China, even when they go renew your passport, they tell you say this is not a working visa. Then catch you by work business. If you get locked, they go just deport you. If you not get locked, then go lock you first na jail, and when they pull it in and then deport you. So you get for know say the ramification for let somebody live here within a small stipend is very, very high. The embassy for no say living within 3,000 or 2,500 or 3,500 naira, as the case may be for undergraduate, masters, and PhD, the need for no say very, very small. So the money where the government they give, they actually come and support you, they cushion up the situation. But if we are now left in this kind of situation, perhaps we go they engage media, we go they come begin. No, some of you know use for cause authority because in very soon time, myself will be authority. I not go want for lepers to disrespect me. But if we continue doing the wrong thing, you will create room for suspicion and room for labor fit you. And some of you don't want to go to that level. Now, make even when they do this engagement, they do them as best as possible. We try for be civil. But obviously, we institutions and they create room them for we go to the extreme and enough fine. Enough fine for we want let the government intervene and address this issue. Let it stop, let the deterioration around this issue stop. Otherwise, it will deteriorate to a point wherein maybe the student will be left with no alternative, but I for begin to do things where they beyond civility. And then they not go fine.
Okay. Again, when I raise una issue, few I think yesterday or so, again somebody, but I try for Richard as to whether it work na either na the embassy or na the Ministry of Finance or Ministry of Education. Like because when I write say una don't raise concern, then him be they try for tell me say na propaganda. I say okay. I say as usual. So I say, okay, wait. Now, waiting, I write now propaganda or now the issue of the student them, the issue where they raise. He say, no, na politics. I say, no. Forget about that. I say una don't pay the students them, they don't receive the money. Now the time he send a list where he say like, okay, this now the payment or where government don't do about this document, a press release from the, okay, I know say una no go able to send see am. I go send am on a forum. So this na a document where they issue on the 24th of July, where na for 100 students. So I go read for una small, make una get before I send am on a forum. They say furtherance to the payment of government of Sierra Leone's grant in aid, student stipend or allowance, and with reference to the press release dated 17th July 2023, requesting students to forward their information for the payment of stipends or allowance. The embassy wishes to appraise the student of the following. The payment of student on the government of Sierra Leone's grant in aid have commenced and is in progress. See attached list of verified names of for payment and list of paid students. Now, a memorandum and a list of 70 students from the MTHE to be paid. See attached. Okay. And the list of 100 CSE students from the Chinese Scholarship Council based on the embassy's letter of request of CSE student data. Now, ensure that banking and personal information are correct as given when bank accounts were established or opened. Example, correct spelling of names, bank account, bank addresses, etc. So this na the thing. Like we then get, like I get na my phone where somebody, like I know able know the person because I dey try for call am, agree talk to me. I dey try for really know who side the work, but he send this document. I go send am on a forum right now, Leona see. So this is not the situation.
Okay. It might not time for pick you call because say the issue itself where they try to explain to you, it gets a whole lot of stumbling blocks where not clear to itself. One, you say now 70 they pay with discrepancy to the 204 force, that's one. And another one, you say you don't begin to pay. And when you look at that list, the one we get now 18 people lady for so they say they don't pay. Then when the list of 100 come out, they not even tell you say how they go pay that list of 100. They not even communicate what it go be the how they go match that list day. Then categorically tell you again that this release say then go pay the 70. So like the release in itself is not clear at all. So let the people know say the people who they deal with so they think rational and they actually think on what they happen. So if on this one,
I can say something, please.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Bai, the list where you send, please just scroll go down. Just scroll go down. So, page 13.
Okay.
Guys, beg on just scroll go down to page 13.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Please, I beg, Mr. Barry, just give me the heading where then that page 13 day.
Yeah, give me the heading so that I go. Okay.
Page 13.
13, yeah.
Jojo, read them so that the man will know.
Okay. The National Scholarship Committee letter.
Bam.
Okay. He said, okay, now the Embassy of the Republic of Sierra Leone, China National Scholarship Committee present its compliment to the Embassy of the Republic of Sierra Leone and has the honor to acknowledge receipt of your note reference SLEPEK admin 59.
Is it stamp, Mr. Barry? Sorry, sir. Is it Stein and stamp?
Wait. We reach there, please.
Based on our records, there are 100 CSE students from Sierra Leone study. Okay, well now how they write and study in China now. Please find the attachment for details. Attach name list of CSC students from Sierra Leone in China. China National Scholarship Committee. 6th July 2023.
Okay. Earlier I mentioned something, but list wait and send. And
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
list this you forward, so
Okay.
now the 4 years we go.
Okay, but now
So
this list
firstly,
now, so now this list, yeah,
now
okay.
this I sent to my supervisor, where
Mm-hmm.
he outrightly debunk, say
Oh,
there is no national scholarship committee,
okay.
there is Chinese scholarship committee. Then
Council.
a one.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, Mr. Barry, is this letter stamped and signed?
Yeah, I dey see. Yeah, this
This particular
there were
letter.
the people thing they wait them photocopy.
But the sign and stamp for the day, if was still
Yeah,
there because they
If you still see the
the one
sign
where
and stamp,
then get starting from page 5 of 24. There were
then are
there were
the Ministry of
that is
Education, they only wait and say,
yes, there were get stamp. Then get one red stamp. I dey see red stamp na yeah. From
but
from page 1 to page 5.
Yes. Darling,
okay,
at the
now the
ministry, they only stand up.
list,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
this press release what then do, then divide them into 3 categories. The
Uh-huh.
first one, then
Uh-huh.
do a printout where they say then 100 students where they receive the list from CSE.
Uh-huh.
Now that 100 students there,
Uh-huh.
now then they name follow from page 2,
Uh-huh.
come down. And
To
you
page
see
5.
the stamp, the red stamp where they say Embassy of Sierra Leone in
Uh-huh.
Peking na Beijing.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So this na the list where the embassy them compile. Now the embassy you stamp this.
Okay.
These first 100 names.
Uh-huh.
Now they say according to this list where then pull this list from the 2 lists them the one then take from CSE and the one then take from the Ministry of Education. The one Ministry of Education as na Tong Sen. Now after the 100 names there, you see the government of Sierra Leone, Ministry of Higher and Technical Education. You
Uh-huh.
see the Ministry of Education, they only list.
Uh-huh.
They only start from page 7, come down to page 12.
Uh-huh.
No, to page 11.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Then page 12 gets a letter
Uh-huh.
where then the date from July 5, where then say the embassy write to Chinese Scholarship Council,
Uh-huh.
where gets the Peking stamp, the embassy of Sierra Leone embassy Peking, the Sierra Leone embassy in China in stamp. Get the
Uh-huh.
letter where they write to Chinese Scholarship Council.
Uh-huh.
Now the after that one they on page 13,
Uh-huh.
the response where they say then get from the Chinese Scholarship Council. Now it starts from page 13, followed by the 100 names where they say come out from the Chinese Scholarship Council. Now that page 13 day, the response where they say then get from CST. The title say National Scholarship Council,
Yeah.
not Chinese Scholarship Council. My supervisor outrightly tell me say this is not from them. There's no National Scholarship Council in China. Then get Chinese Scholarship Council, CSC. And we also don't check GISNO. You say this response where then gets, I say then gets from the CSC website to National Scholarship Council, it not get no stamp,
Uh-huh.
it not signed by the Chinese government. So who say this list come out? Then a one. Another thing, me supervisor tell me say we get every detail, and every month we know the university under the own Chinese government they send money in my account. So if me not been there inside the system, the CSC system, one, they not for allow me for leave na the hostel. Two, they not for allow me in a class. They not for even give me student card because China everything na computer na technology. Where you go there salon, students say I go class, learn come sign for no. Yeah, na you students card you get for swipe na the domot at the entrance. For sure say you go class. If you not swipe you know they get attendance grade. And if you not attend 3 classes, you fail the course. And when you fail the course, instantly they give you 7 days for left China. So imagine I get all that. And I also they receive me own small stipend from the government, the Chinese Scholarship Council, where then they send them in bank every month. But if you check this National Scholarship Committee, where they say come out from CSC, my name is not there.
So let's establish
so
one.
inside this National Scholarship Committee list, come out.
Yeah. So
Because
this
they say, according to the letter on page 12, say they write to Chinese Scholarship Council, not National Scholarship Council. They respond now, the heading say National Scholarship Committee letter. So where did this National Scholarship Committee letter come from?
Yeah,
and when you go through the list, where comes from National Scholarship Committee, we know certain students where na MOFCO na private students but the name kind of the Chinese the list. We're not entitled to this money because they get their own benefits. Where we know they get. So where did this list come from? And me no go down, are they under CSC, are they salon, una give me 2020, una give me 2020, and then all of a sudden I reach China and me name not in a CSC list. Well, how they allow me for inside China for can study in the first place? If you ask each and every student where inside at the airport, before they stamp you, say in, you for show them your acceptance letter, they need for confirm you CSC number na the system at the airport. Alive?
No.
So
No,
where did this list come from? Now the $1 million question, Dandy.
Okay, Famulem, una the watch the then and now, and then we talk to students them, international student them, Sierra Leoneans, the way they China, then they talk about issues them we concern about their stipend, they not receive their stipend till now, and then well they not even get clear information from the Sierra Leone embassy in China. So Abu Bakar, how this affect Una now, this lack of payment, what are the effect it get on Una?
Of course, it gets a very escalation situation where they put on way. First of all, like we now on our holidays. Normally when it's a school session, like most of the campuses, they find out say then they sell food them at reasonable cost now the various campuses. But now it's holiday, you get for go outside and eat, and it's very, very expensive. And the money where they come a normal now the same money where they be done they pay where the Chinese Scholarship Council be done they pay and they continue for camp. And at this juncture, I know they tell you like it actually serve as something where they disturb with studies. Because if this money for camp, now this person you go use and actually you will match up the condition of living now and you will at least be okay. We are students, we don't expect they're not expecting for be a rich person and begin continue studies. No, but at least you need for live that kind of situation we are in. You go focus on your studies. But this is actually deviating us from normal studies. Some people for don't just do within 1 week, send with details and the embassy process with payment. We don't get this deadlock situation. Now 2 months they go so now, and we still they cry and they fight for let them pay we. Some people we no need for fight for. Some people Sierra Leone and them they entitled to they don't need for fight for. The Chinese government, when they know say you entitled to the scholarship, if they tell you at the 10th, then they pay, bruh. That 10th not they pass, then they pay you.
At all.
When it comes to Sierra Leone, then sometimes this year then go pay April, another year then go pay me. Then as of now, this is July, and we are going to August. Money waiting for come around April. This is now August, and we even there inside the other year already. The other academic year, they inside it now. They inside it now right now as I talk to you. So I mean, the pain is too much, it's inexplainable, bruh. You're not going to explain all, but it's actually affecting with studies. And I mean, they just affect you study because you not come. It also affect to study because with the continuously they engage, say, Lord, we try for let them pay we. And man, that for they stop you from you get like most time they gap around 4 or 5 o'clock for study. Example, this time now, I need for spend them and try to explain to the world what actually they happen. What you very institution that will for trust, will for things that will protect we. And it's a will go for proud say, oh, me way do me something and to me embassy they go. But now way do me something I just cry because the embassy, the thing where Where for go, they let them support me, like I feel comfortable first, where I entitled to. They know they give me am. Then they create all kind of room, all kind of imagine when people cry, you go bring purported list, you count them, just for let you know do the right thing. I mean, to me, we actually they in a particular situation we are in, we they feel too suspicious of the embassy, and we they even afraid that to forget issue, then we will solve them for we looking at the current deteriorating situation. Obviously, bro.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mhm. Go
If
on.
I can come in, you ask a question, say how this they affect you. Me on school, me like me, an officer I get for done this course. So if they get for deport me, I will get for call you back. Say I'm going to Sierra Leone. Me school, the policy we then get, when they do masters year 1, the school they accommodate you. When you pass for go year 2, then they ask you out. As I'm talking to you, I've moved outside to an apartment. CSC they give me 3,000 renminbi for the year. And they pay me a rent of 1,000. Look at my bill. Look at it. China gas. Look at it. China gas. This is China electricity and China water facility. So I don't hold this thing 9 days. My landlord don't text me. So if I go able for upkeep for that money, they up to December and they graduate next year June. I'm afraid if I can finish this course as I'm talking to you now.
That's very sad. And though,
Yes, sir. Yeah, just like wetin Maurice and Abubakar don't talk are the same thing with the face now. Yeah. And like some of who they pay for bills, right? Like we they pay for light, we they pay for kitchen card. It's not easy, Mr. Barry. It's not really easy, and we know we will survive with this 3,000 way this Chinese government that they give we alone. It not do for we because they give we the money back and they take them back now. We are indirectly.
yeah.
You have to pay for electricity. You have to pay for your water, your heater, like your kitchen card. All these things you have to pay for them. And like me, now master students, but right now 2 per room me for day. But like I tell the school say I want be alone. Every month I they pay 300 RMB plus waiting CSC they pay for me when I 700 RMB. So in total, every month the school they receive 1,000 RMB from me. 700 from the Chinese government, and just because I say I want day by myself, single room, I they pay 300 extra. And these people don't joke with their money. So like it's not really easy for we, Mr. Barry. So this now big with a big.
Yes. So
What about
before you break first,
me on
we can Josephine,
yes, sir.
how this they affect you personally, especially you na a woman.
Okay. Me, I come into when I reach na school, they say CSC students and they put them two na one room. Two na one room. So me actually get a roommate where it graduates this the 2nd of July. So when and they go, they're supposed to replace them with another roommate coming September. This coming September. So but apart from that day, obviously every month you get for buy you provisions you get for pay transport. Like my own case now, I they do medicine. Me know they get 3,000, like the one that we do masters and PhD. Me they get 2,500 RMB every month. Inside that 2,500 day, I get for pay for books. Now, my campus, because I come in late, so the practical courses them where I be supposed to don't do for me first year because I dey start third year now. Me practical courses them where like them medical organic chemistry, them physics, them practical courses where I be don't do from first year. Now when I come, I dey do them. So I therefore left the main medical campus. Whilst I dey do them me pathology, and pathophysiology and every other medical course na the main medical campus. I dey left this main medical campus sometimes 4 times per week for go na the basic campus usai I dey do them lab then day. Na transport I dey pay. I get for they charge me bus card or charge me train card. So basically the money where the Chinese government they give you, it go back to them. You know, they able for say make a buy like this for myself or make a, you understand? Because you get for they pay, you bill. So basically like the senior one and then they receive 3,000, me they receive 2,500 every month because of medicine they do. And medicine category, then they under a bachelor's. Bachelor's they receive 2,500. But you get bills and you get for the pay. Like for example, internet now. I get for the pay for internet. My student card, I get for charge them because you want buy anything like food or anything na canteen, you just swipe your card, then cut the money. So when you receive the money, like me now I receive that me 2,500, they are the broken down. I know say 500 they go na me bus card. This na me bus or train for they go back and forth between campuses and you get for the hurry. Or if I'm not able to take a bus because of the time because I go late for the other course, and if you late, it tell as you swipe your card so they don't note the time down. And all and they affect your assessment. So I get for put say this now for me transportation. This now for me food. This now for internet. This now for me basic normal calls them. You get for split all land, and if you don't split all land day where the month's done, basically you know they get nothing. You just they get everything. You get for buy you basic feminine items them. You get for buy you sugar for they make tea or coffee for all go class, all renting and then provisions and all. If you say if you want for cook, you like me I been the car out but couldn't cut the leaf and waiting. You want for cook, you get for go market, for go buy if na then chicken wings or you buy them even the seasoning self, you get for go, you get for buy for you upkeep. So basically what they give you, it go back to them. Now like the money they recycle within the Chinese system. So this small one now where government say, okay, let me help them students there because all them benefits and where the MOFCON students and they get, we own government students and where we send, they know they get them. This small money now, the money don't come. People and names they disappear on a list. List no they come. They say money no come. The ministry na tongue, the Ministry of Finance to Ministry of Education and pull list say na for 204 students. China, that the one that will be on the China 70. China MTHE, that we will get 2020, 2021. We own the China MTHE 70 because I remember 2020 we them pay we. Then you get another China MTHE again. Then for the new students in 2021, 2022, 2022, 2023, 64, making it a total of 204 students. But then the list reach China now, like me, we don't receive me check 2 years na tongue. My name disappear. My name no come. And not only one, so many other students then, because 204 then pay the list students in for 100 students. So we left 104 students already out. We no
Yeah,
receive.
Even the 70 not get the own money all.
Well,
Everything at
even the
39.
70 we be already done the China not receive nothing. But the funny thing, Mr. Barry, the list where them pull, where then say for pay that 39 names, so then say then they pay. Inside that 39 names say, where they say they receive money for 70 students, and then the students will be already the China before we will come after COVID. The one that we been already the China. They say 70, and that 70 day, we on new students and names then they inside it. Where they say no receive money for we.
Me na new student, but my name not there.
And myself na new student we just come in, my name no day, but I don't get my scholarship from 2020. So the list then where then they give we get so many issues.
And Mr. Barry, like that one on get like that stuff where you send at the group just now. Like the total 100 student we didn't say na CSC student them. It involve the 39 students then we then see them for pay, including the 70 students which we
Yes.
then go include we names them. And we 2022, we will come last year. Now 28 students them come China last year, we now 2022. And the Tewe Jojo the young list become more. I'll be 100 and I think
9.
109. So like the one that we say from 2020 now only 9 students don't graduate. So when we will come this 28, there are so many discrepancies in the list.
Okay,
Then,
guys. Thank you.
Tabari,
Mhm.
in summary,
Mhm.
we na student there. We know we safe. Like when me dey so, if I dey graduate, I go, and they tell me company say I don't graduate, they celebrate me. There are students who don't graduate. That list, that 100 list, their name still
The
dey
names
there.
and the day.
They don't graduate 2 years back. 2 years back. Some don't graduate. Me they do first the undergraduate, but their name still in the list.
So
But we don't do it in red. We go send them to you.
okay. So anyway, Una, thank you very much. The program not do it, but I just want for remind Fambul them say in the watch the then and now platform, Media Empire. Mina Psycho John Barry, I in the UK, and I deal with students them, Sierra Leoneans them with the China, we well they not received the stipend yet. So we know say some government officials, big people them we get connection to the government, then they watch this program. The student then they appeal for make una give them the money because one they are facing like okay if unlike Europe and for example like the UK or the US where student then Canada then they work then they allow student them for work. I was a student. I just till where I graduate I get my masters, but you they work. And in fact, like sadly, I just discover from Una say, like even when Una get holiday, they know they allow Una. Like we so they make Una they work. For example, if na school hours, Una they work for 20 hours per week. And then if na holiday, Una they work, Una not get limit, Una they work as many hours as Una can. But anyway, that na China their own system. So we they appeal to the government and the Ministry of Finance, Education, and the embassy for make them see reasons because these students, I mean, we sound not expect them for get money if not give them. So anyway, Abu Bakar, so still I dey go to you because you na the one of the you na a member of the student union body. So wetin na the next step we una get for take?
On mute.
Yeah.
Unmute. Unmute.
Okay, sorry. I think after we don't give the first letter,
Mhm.
and the first letter capture all the issues and what we think say the embassy for address so that we move forward. I think that from that point, the embassy for don't know what the OT them for put in place, follow we all come together and follow able solve this problem once and for all. But if the embassy not look into their issues and they then still they continue for do the old things and we're not actually correct. That means we one of the next action will be follow we write officially again because one thing me I like civil. You know, okay, advise the president say, okay, let's go this other way. We can write also officially to CSC where I think say we government, we institution where they are when I was alone embassy in Nigeria, not for make the situation reach that level.
Mhm.
Because when the Chinese government will begin to see first say where the embassy gets a question. If we now write forward the list where they say common as CSC and say, okay, we don't see when I don't send list of this number of students then. Now other people and they we entitled to this tier, we will not give them. I think we don't need to forget to that level. I think the next level for come off from we own very institution and not fine for let come off from we. You do understand?
No,
So
but now apparently like
yeah,
okay, una the face una or if
yeah,
if una don't already begin face challenges, but
yeah,
una get for face challenges if the una not receive this money. Yeah. So
yeah.
what are the step we una get for take now? Because
Yes.
apparently they not respond to una yet.
Well, they not respond to it. But like as I say, Madam make they continuously they engage him. We not go one allow government lead we to the next step. Because when we become vulnerable, when the student community vulnerable, one, most of the students who go become vulnerable and not able to foot them bill, go be at the risk for get deported. That's one. And I mean, if government go one for see that kind of situation, I think say that very bad. A very bad that if it happen to we, I mean, we're not gonna get a very good story for tell about with government. So I think say the continuous engagement what they do now, we expect with institutions and with government for make a listing. Let we not reach to a point wherein we become too vulnerable and we are left in the caprice of the Chinese authorities for let them do what they want. Because if you for pay bills and you not pay those bills, trust me, you are left in their hands for let them do what they want. So I think the student union government get to go back and engage because we expect, say, by now, the embassy for able to try for look into the issue and solve them. But if they not solve it at all, they will need for go back and sit down as a body. I'm not going able to know like what will be the next action. But obviously, if we continue in this kind of deadlock situation, we will go back and discuss as a team. And what will go come out with now that discussion day, now you will go act by. But my prayer is let we institutions and not allow you follow we go to the extreme and lose total hope. When we lose total hope into our institution, would I again go run and cry to? So please, like I think say let this medium serve as something where when I wake up call, a wake up call for let them see to the situation of students and a child.
Okay.
Don't
Thank
move
you.
to that point.
Thank you so much. Yes, you want to say
Yes,
something?
yes, sir. Me always me the talk. Now peace we just want because still cooler than the listing. As I'm talking to you, there is no headway. We not get no solution. China na a communist state. If you demonstrate, then they hold you. So now we don't left in a position where we not get nobody where they save we. And me, as of next month, they go ask me out of the place. So we go do it in a team. Some man go afraid. We dey mobilize, we go na the embassy. The embassy get security, no they allow me to go there. Then they call police to arrest we. So we will willing down for left the coast, then arrest we, detain we, then they go put we in a plane gently and can we go back home. Then we country now go receive we say now una make we go suffer na people land. That could be the resolution.
Okay, so though.
As for me, I already don't forward the list to me supervisor, and he tell me say when the college get open, then therefore open an investigation because the impersonation that day. He tell me outrightly the list not come up from CSC, so Usaida list they come out, then get for launch an investigation. So basically, I think at the next step Dandy. Because if the embassy where we the Abopan say una do the right thing, una support give the students them waiting and deserve, and then they push we to the wall. Because if una been do the right list, where CSC send and send them to we, I not been get need for make a send them to me supervisor for make it confirm say how come my name not in this CSC list? Where the man pick up now say this is not from CSC. So then said in the launch, the man say when the school reopen in September, when the office, the university offices they reopen, then they start an investigation.
Yeah, I think say that would be a brilliant move so that all the students well, if una no get an audience with the embassy. And again, ask again one question. The student body, Abubakar, una not get any link with the Ministry of Education and Finance, na Sierra Leone? Una not get any direct link passed to the embassy?
Okay, as I say, now the student president. And now the student president, they link with the institutions and they. But as I rightly tell you now, the first message say, the student president, they continuously envisage issues of like an administrative blackout. Like most of the things that they want to get from either MTHE or the embassy, they're not a furnisher with the information. Example, when they request say, let students send the passport page. That is both the when they left saloon, that and visa, and also the resident permit, it makes sure say he get that all and send. But when they want for pull the list, then pull the list what they want. So I mean, there is that kind of missing link between the student representation and the very institution who then for collaborate with, including MTHE and the embassy. So a lot of questions they come up, bro. And I mean, if we student representation not able to get a clear view of who's how they go, the trajectory for go, for let able represent it very well, I mean, it become frustrating. Because if you, the very institution where you for trust, you don't trust again. You don't left at the caprice of whoever want for can destroy you. It's like we are in the battlefield, and the very person where you hope for stand by you for they become very strong and push forward is no longer there, or you no longer trust them. So you left vulnerable to the enemy. So in case somebody in money run out, like certain student they now will like some man get a scholarship for like 2 years, but maybe because it is salon, some of the courses the way he be thinks say he need for do like I get one clear indication. Somebody when I sayo today and he gets a course where they do, but he actually want for external so that they understand more because most of the online courses not be able to get that kind of ingredients where you need. So he say, okay, let me extend for 6 months. So that I go able get actually able study what I want for study. So that when I go in a salon, I go get the necessary impact. Because of course, you know, say online business is just manageable anyway. So when you want to actually get the practical concepts on the way you come, so the person decide for extend for 6 months. Trust me, the hope way it be gets. Now by this government money, so that if this money can now, you go able to use them and support in 6 months extension. And this government money wait for come back and support in 6 months extension, you know come. So in the very institution where you get hope, don't lost by you at the battlefield. What is going on, bro?
Okay, Una, thank you so much.
Very, very painful.
Yeah. So I think say we dey come to the end of the program, but I go just one for start with though. What are you appeal to the government?
Well, my own appeal to the government,
The government and the Salon embassy. Okay, yeah.
like we beg the government make them watch into the case, and more especially with the big Mr. Benkefala make he really investigate this matter, because like this issue not to today is start, and not to like say now which on today power whatsoever, or like we dey fight a cause when I like a genuine fight, and waiting dey for Caesar make Caesar get am, and e no easy. So do you have Papa government, HMI bill, do you listen to we cry and make this we saga na China be peaceful and make it be fruitful as well. Like make the student they smile. You know easy na how they suffer. They are with the big Papa government.
Okay,
Now
thank
that's
you.
a bit for Caesar.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Josephine.
Basically, now the same thing. We just a call on the government and the president himself, we Mama, the first lady, and the Anti-Corruption Commission, the ministers, Minister of Finance, Minister of Education, make them look into this matter and make them try for send waiting we deserve. Because easy for they people country you they study, and then the small thing where you able to say, okay, this if it come, I go use them for add to this, I go use them for buy this laptop or this book for just add to your studies, then you're not able to forget them. It's frustrating. We no need for come na social media and can complain say na so. But because we have been pushed to the wall, we not get nothing for do. The one that we supposed to complain to, now then the whole we are under water. We not get choice but for come out and let the public know and make we cry and plead. So we they call on the president, the first lady, and the SEC commissioner, the ministers are within a tongue, especially the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Education, when they publish public notice, we draw our attention, say the money don't post the stipends them. Make them try for rectify the situation. Students and names them where they don't omit. Once the students are legitimate somebody, if they if they do in cause continuously, make it get in money. No need for all up students money. Now then small thing then they bring PTI to big man. Because we no need for can do all length there. If una been don't do the needful, students and don't get a stipends, all other countries, including Russia, where they fet, they all don't receive their stipends. Why China? So please, would they plead to them, let them come to we aid and make the help we.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, Peacock.
This we just they call, like I'm a colleague then they talk. It's not about war for war. We not refer to authorities then. If them they don't give this money genuine, we're not for reach this point. Because I talk to you, so we did on summer holiday. Some of who they work on with thesis. So me no say stay cooler than they watch. May they just with the appeal to government, all the authorities involved, Ministry of Finance, where deposit the money, disburse the money, education when our parents' body, then the embassy now when we own papa, may them come together. If now let the government of Salon write the Chinese embassy, may they send the list now free term, make free term sort out. If we not qualify, may they not give it, but may they give who that qualify. Now that no more me just the and that gentle appeal we do to government.
Okay, Abubakar.
Yeah, as colleagues had already say, I think say very very important for let government listening to this cry, because it's a genuine cry, and one for call on authorities say we don't need for reach to this level, because a lot of other people they listen this, and a lot of other people then other country they recreate. And if we explain this kind of thing about government, and one of the flagship of this excellency, the president, retired Julius Maada Bio, now like human capital development, and what will they do so indirectly they part of them. So I think if that is actually a reality show, is something we for actually go by what the president said, what they in the manifesto. I think say this issue need for be given an attention for let them solve her as soon as possible, so that I not go deteriorate beyond this level. So whosoever has responsibility or authority for make sure say this issue resolved, I want for let them all come on board. The president might not listen this, but if you go listen, okay, that's good. But if you not listen, those were the next to them, those were the in the position for let them able come together and resolve this kind of standoff situation. Would you call on them for let them do them in the very interest of Sierra Leoneans then, because we hold the future to that country. I want to tell you, thank you.
Okay, fumble them una don yeri, and believe say the message don't go, and at the promise una say the message get for reach usai is supposed for reach. They all go see them, inshallah. So now so we the end the program, and then we the then and now media empire platform we follow keenly this issue, and we continue, because I've been promised the ambassador, deputy ambassador say, well, anytime he available, because the platform will not bias. We go if he ready, because I be ask her be one for join una, but he say he not go able because he busy. But I go look again anytime we in get chance, then he go can at this platform, he explain to the public. If he not able still, we go send the information, don't go, and the information get for reach, I believe, say to the right people them. So now so we the end the program, now then and now this now Psycho John, the Cantona, and this now so we the end this program for today. This is Psycho John Barry, the then and now media empire.